Am I the a-hole for telling my husband if he fights for custody of his kids, I will divorce him? I, 27 female, am vehemently child-free. I am sterilized and have no intention of having or caring for any child. I married my husband, 33 male, last year and did not know he had any children until 5 days ago. I travel for work for myself, and have amazing pay for very few active working hours. I am a honeymoon planner, owning my own business. We have a joint account for bills and our own separate accounts for savings and fun money. My husband sat me down 5 days ago and told me he hadn't been completely honest with me and revealed he has 2 children, 10 male and 7 female. He pays regular child support, however. It dips into his fun money and he wants to be able to have fun like I am. So he said he would fight for 50-50 custody. I was furious he had lied to me and was even more angry when he told me he wanted 50-50. He works 12 to 16-hour shifts as a nurse, and that would mean I would have to take care of the children when I'm not working or are working from home. I told him if he fights for custody, I will leave him. We have a prenup, so a divorce will be rather simple. I get 100% of my business, all of my savings and fun money, and the house, as I inherited it from my grandmother. He called me an asshole and told me I should step up so that he can have more money in his savings and for fun, and because the kids won't be much hassle due to their ages. So am I the a-hole for telling him I will divorce him if he goes through with filing for custody? Update. Thank you all so much for helping me with this situation. I knew his lies were enough of a reason to divorce mine, and I'm proud to announce, soon to be ex. I just didn't know if divorcing him with kids in the mix would make me an asshole, especially because he works so much. He has since vacated my house. I have spoken to my lawyer and am filing for an annulment. I can because he married me in an act of fraud. The AMA protects me as it was a fraudulent marriage. Thank you all once again. Am I the a-hole for dumping my girlfriend after she expected me to pay for everyone on her birthday? I, 20 for male, and my girlfriend, 20 for female, have been dating for years. On my girlfriend's 24th birthday 2 weeks ago, I booked a table at a pretty nice restaurant for me, her, and 4 of her friends. I want to clarify beforehand that I earn quite a bit more than my girlfriend. I cover all the rent and utilities for our apartment, while she covers household expenses like groceries and such. While at the restaurant, I noticed how she and all her friends ordered some of the most expensive items on the menu. At the time, I thought I would only be covering mine and my girlfriend's bill, so I wasn't really concerned. When the bill arrived and the waiter asked if I would like to split the bill, I said yes. I told the waiter that what my girlfriend and I ordered would be on me, and the rest should be decided between her friends. The bill totaled around 1,100 euros. I remember the smiles being wiped off their faces as soon as I said that. I ended up paying for my girlfriend's and my food, while her friends paid for theirs. I remember the car ride home being awfully silent. I kept asking my girlfriend if something was wrong, but she kept insisting that she was just tired. And no, she wasn't just tired. My girlfriend ended up giving me the silent treatment for the next week. I would keep asking her if something was wrong, but she would always refuse to say what the issue was. The thought of me not paying, being the culprit, kept creeping into my mind. But I would always reassure myself by telling myself that my girlfriend wouldn't be dumb enough to expect me to pay for everyone's food. I just lost it last Monday and demanded an answer from her. She ended up telling me that I embarrassed her in front of her friends by not paying for everyone. I asked her why it was my responsibility to pay. She told me that since I organized everything, and I was the man, I was obliged to pay for everyone. We ended up getting into a heated argument, and I ended up staying at my parents' house for the next couple of days to gather my thoughts. I came home last Friday, and her attitude towards me didn't change one bit. When I confronted her again, she told me to transfer the money her friends paid for the food, and only then would she talk to me. We got into another heated argument, and I broke up with her then and there, telling her to pack her things. While leaving, she called me a broke boy and wished me good luck finding another girlfriend with my brokey mentality. I almost immediately regretted dumping her on the spot for something that in the grand scheme of things is really small. She sent me an apology yesterday for calling me those names, but she insisted on me paying back her friends if I wanted to make our relationship work. I have been a mess since. I don't want to throw away 4 years with someone I considered to be the future mother of my kids. I could have given her friends a heads up that I wouldn't be covering for them. And I know that's completely my fault. But her behavior over the past 2 weeks has also been quite concerning to me. But again, I love her too much for this situation to be the end of our relationship. I just want to swallow my pride and send her friends the money and forget about everything. Am I the a-hole here? Did I overreact? Am I the a-hole for divorcing my husband for putting a camera in our house to prove a point about me? It's been about a month since I 46 female found out my husband 47 male had put a hidden camera in our living room to prove that I'm lazy and worthless. It was a small disguised camera hidden inside what looked like a charging block. He stuck one in a living room outlet. We have 3 kids, 16 female, 14 male, 12 female, who all have a bunch of chargers and such. So I did not suspect. The point my husband was trying to prove was that my administrative skills are not up to the super stay-at-home mom standards he as a high earner deserves. This all started after a situation where my 12-year-old needed a permission slip signed and forms filled out in order to go on a class trip. I admit that things happened and we missed the submission deadline. I had made a note to fill out the forms on another day since it was a task I needed to be 100% focused on, but it became the start of a new month, and that's when I do most of the shopping and tracking of household bills, subscriptions. I do daily cleaning, but we use a service for deep cleaning, landscaping that I had to supervise. Long story short, my 16-year-old calls my husband after picking up her sister up saying she was crying because she can't go on her trip. My husband drives to the school to beg them to let him fill the forms out in the office. Thankfully they let him since it was the same day. I apologized profusely. My husband, who is self-employed as a HVAC technician, laid into me about how he has so many calls a day, but still handles the administrative aspect of his job, communications and bookkeeping. I yelled back because his work is concentrated while my work at home has a bunch of moving parts and emotional labor as well, and I do it all behind the scenes. He digs his heels in about how I wasn't as busy and needed to do easy things better. A week later, he picks a fight about me not going that day to mail checks out to his employees, when I could have done it the next day. He admits to the camera and starts citing proof of times I was on my phone, and that automatically equals goofing off. I was on my phone researching meals to fit my daughter's dietary restrictions, while keeping her healthy as a ballet dancer. I was looking into subscriptions for frozen, but healthy meals she and the rest of us could have on the go or at home. The fact he took offense to me occasionally lying down when I was researching, or that I had taken a TV break before preparing dinner did it for me. He knew that my days are crazy during the first days of the month, which was when the permission slip debacle happened. I kicked him out of the house. It's been a month and friends have been saying that I'm missing the fact there are others out there who would not disregard the things I do to make being high earning possible. I ended up seeing an attorney and just filed for divorce because I feel violated and devalued. Am I the a-hole? Am I the a-hole for rejecting my boyfriend's proposal because I lose my health insurance and alimony? I 40 for female divorced my ex-husband 47 male 2 years ago and have been dating my boyfriend 45 male since no cheating. My ex and I were fighting a lot, but the divorce was less litigious than expected. My ex-husband James and I were married for 21 years. In the state of Massachusetts, I as his ex-spouse was able to stay on his group health insurance. In addition, the judge ordered that since I stayed home to raise our 4 kids 21 male, 19 female, 18 male, 16 male that I get alimony for life, or until not my ex remarried. In terms of health insurance, I'd lose it if either James or I remarried. However, James has been very open about the fact that he hates the idea of marrying again even more than he hates me still be covered under his health insurance policy. His exact words were, "Well, luckily for you, it's not emotionally or financially cost-effective for me to marry, just to get you off my health insurance for the entire length of our marriage." Part of the reason I didn't work is because my ex is a doctor, and after doing calculations, we realized I'd never make enough to even get close to covering the child care cost for kids. I checked and saw that if I had continued my administrative job, I'd be making $17 an hour today. I have no chance of making even that now. My boyfriend and I are very much in love. In many ways, I wish I'd met him first. He's empathetic, and unlike my ex, he values work-life balance instead of running between a private practice and the psych ward at a county hospital to work 24/7s. However, my boyfriend and I don't live together, and besides small presents to each other, we pay for ourselves. Things were good, but my boyfriend changed after I had a pregnancy scare. He said that if I get pregnant again, he wants us to be living under one roof and not like to divorced parents. So he proposed. I was upset, but had to turn it down because love aside. This was my health insurance and only source of income on the line. I didn't understand why my boyfriend was so upset and didn't understand. He is a case manager at a nonprofit, and we'd be living on half the income I'm currently living on if we take out child support, and that is bound to create tension on both sides. Am I the a-hole? Just want to add, we cannot move in together either, as the archaic family court laws would see that and assume that my boyfriend and I would be sharing finances, or I would be in some supported by my boyfriend by the fact of us moving in together. If I could move in together with him and not lose my benefits, we'd be doing so.